what's going on. Kind of hanging out at home tonight, and I thought I would install this light kit that I need to install on the Defender. So kind of just chilling here. So 8027, 8028, 8029, 8025, 8026. This is the full light kit that goes in the Defender, and I'll show you guys this from up on top. So kind of cool. Looks like we got a light bar here. This looks like it's just our wiring. These are headlights or taillights. These are extra lights. So yeah, light bars as well. And then they also sell a they sell the full kit that you can actually buy right here, and this is 20, what is it, or 8030. So you can also get 8030 right here as well for the Defender. So I'm not going to open all these. I'm going to just open the one that has pretty much everything that we need inside. So I'll just set these aside. I'm kind of tired. So here's the Defender body itself. Hopefully my audio's not too messed up tonight. Defender body, it's obviously worn. It's got a lot of scratches on it. Alright, so everything is pretty much done with a hand screwdriver right here. But in order to get to these front headlights, you have to take off the wheel wells that are on the body. So I'm just going to start doing that right away. And I personally have yet to install a light kit on any RC. I usually stick personally to bashing, but I think I'm gonna start getting into crawling personally. I know that we sell a lot of products, and there's a lot of people that do it. I honestly don't know. I haven't really read the description for this light kit. I know they sell everything individually, and then they sell this together. So the 8030 that I have right here, cool, audio's good. I'm trying to figure out like a new mic setup. Like today I set up all new camera angles, so I have this wide shot so you guys can kind of see everything on my desk. And then if I need to go into a part, I can zoom in. And then I have this front view. I probably need to reset my camera, and then I have another zoom so I can quick go in and out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming on the Defender, like, I have to actually take off everything, which would stink, but yeah. Like I said, I'm not like a huge light kit person, because most of my RCs I end up destroying. Like, I don't know, personally I end up destroying most of them before I can even make them look nice. Like my X-Max on my first run, on my own personal X-Max, just look it up, it says if it has it. So this is 8030. So the 8030 has an LED light bar, an LED rock light harness, an LED headlight and tail light, an LED module, a 3-in-1 wire harness, 2.5 millimeter screw caps, 2.56 millimeter screw caps, and zip ties. That is what is in this case that I'm opening right now. And then 8026, this one, I think I read this right. 8026 is the LED rock light harness assembly. That's these ones right here. But this, again, this, if you're gonna put any lights in it, you might as well just put them all. I mean, why go big or go home, kinda, you know? I suppose, like, if you already have accessory, the only way I would ever buy like an individual light kit, like one of these individually, would probably be if I bought the kit and then maybe that light broke or went out, and they're LEDs, so that's probably not going to happen unless you break it. I don't know. And if you guys have any tips in the chat about, like, I don't know, installing a light kit on the Defender, let me know, because it's my first time and I'm probably doing it wrong. So, where's everybody from in the chat? I'd play some background music, but I'm not sure how YouTube feels about stuff like that on live streams. I could see some people do it, but then I see other people get flagged for like monetization purposes. But I got music in my headphones right now. Oh, nice. I've been there once. I've been to Connecticut once or twice. I can't remember. I think it was twice. But Arizona, I've been there once for sure. It's a nice state. The weird thing I could never get over in Arizona was we went up like I don't know what you guys call them, like plateaus. Oh, gotcha. It was like we drove up like the side of a cliff, and we drove in a sports car, and we were going really fast, and I was just like, "This is it. This is the end." I was that little barrier, man. If you go over those little barriers, it doesn't matter. You're gonna, fall 2,000 feet. So I did when I first started doing a couple of these like videos for dollar hobbies. I was just kind of getting back into RC personally myself. I was into it a lot when I was younger, and then I got out of it for a while, and now I'm kind of getting back into it with all the cool stuff. And Traxxas is just killing it. Like, it seems like every 2 weeks they're releasing like updates or like a new model or something. It's kind of cool. But of course, when I used to be into the hobby a lot more back in the day, it was around the X Max, and I think the 2.5R was just coming out while I was getting out of it, or basically when I was going to college. So that's kind of why I stopped. Um, we I think we have a lot of like HPI stuff, like parts and stuff. I think isn't Great Plains getting purchased? I think by Horizon Hobbies. So I personally actually just purchased a TRX, or not a TRX4, I purchased a. Sorry, I'm trying to get this screw out. It's distracting me. Where'd that screw go? I just purchased a Fortec, a 2.0 brushless system, um, my own personal one, using my own personal money. And I've never raced actually like a car before. I did a lot of bashing, and that thing looks so cool. And now we have a track. We have a carpet track at Dollar Hobbies, and so I think they're gonna try to make like a spec racing, or try to get people to race. All right, we're opening this 80/30. Let's go wider. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm slowly getting to. So I purchased I purchased that Fortec, and there's another guy I think at our company, or he was in the building or something, and he was talking about like how he had the HPI Unicorn, and I did an unboxing video of that, and it looked really cool. Like, I like the body and I like the chassis and stuff, but it ultimately just came down to like, if you buy this car, there's no parts for it. Like, good luck getting parts for it. And that was kind of like a wake up call to me, to just kind of be like, you know, for me personally, if I'm gonna start getting back into the hobby, I'm gonna go with the brand that carries all the parts and has the parts on stock. So that was like the huge thing with like the e-Revo 2.0 is it's a fantastic vehicle, but another fantastic vehicle, which in my opinion I haven't drove, but I've seen other people drive it, is the what is it, the Kraken or Kraken or whatever it's called, and that's by, I think that's A Main Hobby, or not A Main, oh, I forget what that great, oh man, why is this all messed up? I just couldn't find parts for it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Where when you get like an e-Revo from Traxxas, like the day they release it, there's like tons of parts out there. So like if you're driving it in the first day and all of a sudden you break like an A-arm or something, you're perfectly fine. Like everything's fine. All right, so I'm gonna install this headlight. Okay, so it says left and right on here, and I'm just gonna assume that when I'm facing the vehicle, or when the vehicle's facing me, this is left, this is right. Yeah, Arma, that's it. Sorry, I really wanted one of those, and that was before the e-Revo came out. And then I was like, oh, there's really no parts for this, so okay. Ooh. I don't know where you guys can see this. It's kind of off camera. I'm looking at the headlights here, though. So it looks like there's 3 screws. Yeah, so okay, it's up to me to kind of do like all the emails. So if you guys see emails, I create all of those. I create all those in Photoshop. So I do a lot of their emails. I do all the Twitter and social media, and I am doing the YouTube, and I'm trying to do videos, and I have a plan to do videos, and I'm kind of a crazy person when it comes to videos. I have a video background, and I like to do crazy things because I think that's what people want to see. Is they don't want to just see like a bashing video. They want to see like just crazy videos of like us doing something. So I have a bunch of ideas. The problem that I have is first finding the time to do them, and then the second thing is very hard to control a vehicle and control a camera, where I prefer to just shoot the camera and tell people, okay, you need to go here, you need to drive here. And I'm not talking about just normal bashing videos that you guys are used to. I was talking about like running these things like down the side of a building and just like this crazy stuff. Yeah, so the Venture was, I think the problem with the HPI Venture was they went to that toy convention that's, I think, in like Germany or something, that like the biggest toy convention, and they went there like 3 years ago and they announced that thing. And so everybody was waiting for like 3 years for this car to come out, and they just like secretly like released it. Like I remember showing up to the shop and they were like, hey, we got this new vehicle, and I was like, wow, like, okay, like, is there any information on this? They're like, no, they just like soft launched it. Why can I not get these out? There we go. So this isn't my Defender. This is the store owner, so the owner of Dollar Hobbies. This is his personal Defender. I told him I would maybe do like a live stream. Originally, I said I would do a video on it, and then I started setting up like live stream. That's why again I have like all these different angles and stuff like that. I thought it would be cool too to do like tech videos and stuff. I'm kind of obviously doing them late at night, but I'm gonna try and get like on a schedule and announce the schedule and things like that, so you guys can see them at a more reasonable time. But yeah, this is his Defender, and it was super dirty, man. It was so dirty before. There was mud everywhere on this thing, so somebody cleaned it. I don't know who, but somebody cleaned it. What was this? The front right? Front right. Alright. Let's go on in this way. It's 11:37 here. Yeah, working on the boss's stuff. Yeah, they're great guys. I went to high school with them. They're 2 years older than me. Well, they graduated 2 years before I did, but I knew them when they started this business. And I remember, I swear I was the only one in high school at the time who was into RC. And that was the big thing, is that I had an X-Max, and I think there was like one other kid there, and he specifically drove like HPI. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So every once in a while, we'd go out and we'd go bash together. And this is like all nitro, back in the day. Because we were like, oh, nitro's so much better. We can run longer. We don't have to worry about batteries. And obviously, LiPo wasn't a huge thing around that time. And so the owners of Dollar Hobbies, they were friends of mine and my brother's. And I still remember driving to their house. I still live only a little bit away from their house, but it was, well, obviously like their parents' house. But I still remember driving over there and picking up tires because I couldn't find tires for my Traxxas T-Max or whatever. And they were the only ones who had tires. Otherwise, I could go to a hobby store that was like local in my area, and they were super far away. And everything that I ever ordered from them was like a 2-week order. And then the part would come in, and they totally would just forget to call you and let you know your part was in, or they would just sell it off to someone else. Or the worst thing that would happen was you would get there and they'd be like, oh, here's the part, and you'd be like, dude, that's not the right part, like that's not what I ordered, and they'd be off by one number. And this is pre Amazon, maybe just the start of eBay, and eBay wasn't that reliable. But the big thing is at that time, Traxxas did not sell parts for their cars. They didn't have like order here, like you couldn't even order a Traxxas off their website. And they didn't even have, I don't think, a database set up for you to look at your parts and order your parts like they do now. So they obviously were really smart at how they started their Dollar Hobbies business. And there's more detail into stuff like that. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, they're great people. It's a great company. Everything about it's fantastic. And I enjoy that I could come aboard this year and help out with the emails. And it was my idea to get back into YouTube, and they had, I think, 2 videos, and then they stopped making videos. And I said, hey, if I can help out, let me make videos. I would like to make videos. Okay, so maybe somebody can explain this to me. What is this piece? Oh. This was in the headlight. It's like some decal. What is that? An electric Savage and Summit. Yeah, that's cool. I'm sorry if I don't respond to the replies. First, I know it's on a slight delay anyways because it's the internet. But the other thing is I don't have my monitor. I don't have my monitor set up over here, so I constantly am looking this direction at my PC screen. I couldn't get the second monitor to work for some reason. But right now I'm just putting in these headlights. They fit in there really nice. You know, I give props to companies like this who make light kits for their bodies because, okay, so as a consumer, you might just be like, oh, this is like, oh, cool, they got like headlights. But when you really think about the engineering that actually went behind this, where they were like, okay, so we have to have these wires at a certain length. We need to have this headlight shaped like this. We need to have so much power to this system where it doesn't take from the rest of the vehicle. I mean, there's actually quite a bit that goes into it. Okay, flipper pan. Okay. Thank you. I don't know. Light kits are cool. I never had the time. So I think what I'll do, if anyone in the chat can let me know what is a good light kit for the 4Tech 2.0, I'll go get it from the store and I'll put it in. I'll put it in my personal one. Oh, that's the other thing too. Does anyone have like does anyone have a 4Tech of any kind, whether it be like the new, well, just the 2.0 style, whether it be brush or brushless? Let me know, because I'm looking for a body, and I don't know whether I should get the Traxxas body or if I should get something else and modify it. So I'm personally open up for suggestions on what I need to end up buying. On my X-Max, which is upstairs, I bought an indestructible body from somebody in Russia. I've never drifted. Okay, so that's the other thing is like I've never drifted before. I want to get into that. It looks super awesome. I was watching a couple guys do it at the shop, and I wanna get into it. It looks so cool. At first, I was a little hesitant. I was like, oh, like drifting, like that's not gonna be a thing that I'm gonna do. And then after I watched these guys, I was like, wow, that is actually pretty dope. Like, I want to try that. And same with crawling. Once you actually start going out there and doing it or watching people do it, you really get into it. So, like I said, crawling wasn't a big thing that I wanted to do. Street racing wasn't a big thing I wanted to do. But now that I've watched quite a bit of people do it, I'm just kind of like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I really want to try this. Yeah, Traxxas does have really good bodies. Except one thing I do have to say, um, I never released this unboxing video, but we actually unboxed a Fortec 2.0, the brushed one, the Mustang. I actually went out and I found the actual Mustang. I went to a car dealership and I found the exact same color and the exact same everything, exactly what that one is modeled after, and I unboxed it inside the vehicle. And I haven't released the video because some of the footage was a little dark. I'm kind of, it's in the back. It's in the back of my head right now. That I'm gonna get that video done and I'll release it. But it was cool. The only problem is they told us we could drive the actual Mustang around, and then when we got there, they were like, "No, we have somebody who's gonna buy it in like 2 days, and we don't want it to be driven around the lot." So they basically just cleaned it for us, brought it inside, and said we could do the unboxing video inside. So we did that. But here's the deal. I really like the Traxxas body for the Mustang. But then I ended up seeing the HPI Mustang body that they released on the 4 Sport, I think it is called. And that thing blows away the Traxxas one. And the reason I say that is because the lights in the back were like real lights. Like, you know how Mustang has kind of that weird graphic going on with the back of their tail lights where they're like they're shaped, they're kind of like this, they're kind of like they go in, they go out, they go in, they go out. Like, it was just a decal that was on the Traxxas body, but on the actual HPI racing body, it was real, and I was like, wow, they did a great job with this. So there's a little more detail on their Mustang if you don't mind the color and the like paint scheme that's going on. All right, I'm going to look up that kit. I'm going to save that screenshot right now. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have that too. So, I know how to do, personally, I know how to do, like brush painting, like different types of air spraying. So my idea is to take a chrome silver, and what I really want to do is do an overblown DH logo across the entire car. And I'm gonna do that, I think, in black with some red mixed in. So you'll only be able to see really the red at certain angles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in a nice kind of silverish black. And I don't know if I can do, I don't know if I can show you guys that live. I want to. I don't think I can do it in my basement though, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of that spray is flammable, and I'm really not too far away from a furnace. So yeah, you're learning to airbrush. It's awesome. One of my good friends, he did airbrushing for motorcycles as like a career. He like went to college for it. It was insane. And the stuff that he was like creating, because he's a very good artist, was just absolutely crazy. And now he works for a skateboard company doing stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely. I have to use like. I have to airbrush the DH logo if I want to get the slight red tint in there. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. If it doesn't work out, it's not like a huge deal. So I'm not really keeping any record of like where the wheel wells go. Of course they put RR on here, so I'm assuming I could just follow this back. I'm not making like I'm not mapping any of my screws here. It's probably not the best thing to do, but I'm sure they all look like they're the same threads and size and everything, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, good night. If you're leaving, take it easy. I have a... What is wrong with this screw? Take it easy, Mike. Thanks for joining. It's already been 37 minutes. Holy cow. I feel like I've done nothing. I've accomplished nothing. Well, I got the 2 headlights in, I guess. Is that accomplishment? RR. RR. It's cool. I'm just really excited for the track opening at Dollar Hobbies. It's really cool. And I'm waiting for the store to open. It should be maybe next month. We have no dates. We're playing it by ear. Oh, you're watching on your phone? Dope. Okay, so here's the one thing I don't understand about the light kit. Maybe someone can explain this to me. Like, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of putting lights here if you have all this hardware blocking? Like, should I just take this hardware off and not put it back on? So you can actually, like, see the lights? Like, I know you'll see the light, like, kind of shining through, but there's a lot of unnecessary hardware. Does anyone own the Bluetooth module for telemetry in any of their Traxxas vehicles? I don't have one. I don't know if I need one. It looks really cool. Okay, so people do take that off. And it's actually beneficial to take it off, technically. It's not my truck. I'll leave it on. You know, if you know whose vehicle this is watching, I'm not even going to clean this. No, I'm leaving the dirt on here. Like, I'm not spending more time cleaning it. It's just going to get dirty again. I'll find out about the music stuff. Thunder truck. Cool. So, do you guys build your own crawlers? I'm gonna find out if I can have music in the background in my next video. I read so many different like things online saying like, no, you can't put background music in. That's a copyright strike. But I'm listening to it in my headphones. Like if it snuck through to the mic, like that would be like a TV in the background, like on or something. So I'm gonna find that out, and as soon as I get the okay on the next stream, I'll put some like nice music or some type of music in the background to fill up some of the noise. Awesome. So there's a crawler, okay? And we got it in the shop, and they told me that this is a new brand, and I don't know what that means, but they told me this is a brand new crawler. It's a new company, it's a new whatever, and we have like 4 of them in stock, and one of the guys started building them, and he said he had over like 10 or 12 or something hours into it. But it looked so awesome. Like everything. But he customizes like right away too. But everything looked just so awesome. And it's all metal. It weighs like a ton. Like the whole crawler's metal. I'm not sure how much it cost. I have to look all that up. But I wanted to make one. And they were like, no, it's going to take you too long. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. All right, putting in this other light. Oh my gosh, does it not fit? This is where I'm having questions. Question. All right. So, I got the cord here, but personally, just my rationality of thinking is I would take this light and I would go underneath all of this, right? But I can't because it doesn't fit. Well, I guess it fits. It's really tight though. My rationality is to go underneath this. I'm doing it. I'm going underneath it. It's a little tight. Oh, awesome. Okay, so you're rebuilding these things. Where do you buy your stuff? If you buy used, where do you buy? Because I found out that Facebook is an excellent source of buying and selling, especially if you join groups. Or the marketplace is amazing. I've sold like a lot of used electronics in there. And it doesn't feel as sketchy as like Craigslist. Oh, come on. So I know you guys can't see this, but I don't think this taillight's staying in unless I have some type of plastic washer. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, do you see this headlight? Look at. Oh, it rips right through. It ripped right through the body. The only thing I can think of doing is getting some type of washer that's black so the color doesn't look weird. The Lexan is broken. It's cracked. It's cracked. I don't have one. Hold on, I'll be right back. I think I got one. I don't have one. I don't have one. I'll have to fix it later. Is there an accessory bag with the kit? What do you mean? Here, I don't know if you can see this. This is the kit right here. Hello. You see the top of my head here? This is right here. This is all that comes with it. It looks like it just comes with the lights, the harnesses. It doesn't look like there's any extra pieces. Oh, except maybe, what is this? Screws. And I'm assuming those are for like for like the light bar or something. So no, it doesn't come with like any extra. These don't either. If you can see these. This is the same thing. Okay, so this kit right here, this is 8027 right here. So 8027 kit. I just put that in. So this 8027 is the front and tail lights. That's all that's included in this kit. And zip ties. So that kit is done. Installed. Ready to go. I'll have to come back to this light because I don't have a little black washer that will keep it from ripping through the Lexan. Or the body, I mean. So I'll just keep it a little snug. There. But it's loose. Yeah, local Facebook groups are great, man. Because you can always just like, I mean, you can kind of look at people's profiles, see if they're sketch or not. Alright, so this is the old stuff. What do you guys do with all the old stuff? Personally, what would you guys do with all the old stuff? Do you guys just hold on to it? Or do you get rid of it? Do you just throw it out? Resell it? What do you guys do? Me personally, I don't think I'd ever put it back in, so I have no use for it. I'd probably just sell it or get rid of it or do something with it. It's not mine, so I'm gonna just give all the parts back. Desk is super dirty. What time is it? Oh, it's 12 o'clock. That's fine. All right. Light kits installed. What else do we got? Am I supposed to really put stuff on here? Alright. So, it's saying... Do these pop off? They do. Sorry, guys. Okay. Trying to figure this out so I don't screw it up. Left, right. I think that's correct. Okay. I don't know where these go, and I just looked on... Okay, these must go on the tires or something. I'm kind of looking. I don't like looking at directions. I just don't like looking at stuff. Remove the headlights. Okay, remove the headlights, tail lights, fender lights, inner fenders, rocker light covers. You'll need to remove the spare tire carry to assemble from the body. Blah blah blah. Okay. Where do these go? Does anyone know? These are the rocker lights, I believe. These go right here. They have to. Like, that makes sense. These go in the fenders. But why is there more than 4? All right. Okay. Headlight 1, headlight 2. I gotta get all these little kinks out. Okay. So, rocker lights are going on these bad boys. What is this? Right. Rear right. That one goes there. What is this one? Left front. Sorry guys, I'm mapping this myself. Alright, this makes more sense. Okay. So how do these rocker lights go in? So start with 1. But I start with the rear. I'm doing a little flip here. This is what they show in the diagram. What do you mean? So I got 2 for the back. I understand that. That makes perfect sense. 2 in the front. And then what are the other 2 for? So I got wait. I have 8 lights. But I only have 4 spots to put them in, right? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm completely dumb. I didn't see that there was 2 on both sides. I was only looking at one, thinking like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So 2, 2, and 2. That makes sense. So if those are the front, I think I'm looking at this right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to flip these around. I'm going to go this way with it. Does that make more sense? And then 2 here, and then I have all the wires coming out this side. This is the way it's going to go on. All right. Don't get mad at me, guys. Like I said, I've never installed a light kit before. Start at the driver's front and work my way back. Okay. Okay, you're smart. I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you. You know this. It fits that way. Visually, it fits that way. And it's probably smarter because I have that harness wire hanging off. If that makes sense. So see the... I know you guys can't really see this here, so... let's get in the camera view. Wire harness light, right? This little one right here. That is the same length as these 2 for the headlight and tail lights. So that just makes sense. Like this first light here will go into that. You're absolutely right. You know what actually the smartest thing would do before you even install a light kit is turn it on and see if the lights actually work. I'm gonna I will go crazy. I'm done. Like if I'm gonna just finish because I'm stubborn. But if I install this entire light kit and then I go to turn it on and like one of the lights is out, I don't care. I'm done. Like I'm not gonna redo everything. I'm just assuming I'm assuming that you're correct though. And the reason I'm assuming you're correct is specifically because so you have the 2 wire harnesses, right, on the front driver side, which makes sense because those are labeled like it said rear right, you know, rear left, front left. Like there's only one way you can put those in. So that means that these harnesses are always going to come off the driver's side. And so if I put this, if I put these in here, this is going to line up with those wire harnesses, and I shouldn't have any issue whatsoever. People be texting me. Oh, my phone's dying. That's always good. All right, next ones. And then it says zip tie as you go, but I ain't doing that. I will zip tie them at once, and I will save the zip ties because it gives you a ton of them, and I'm only using 4. I don't need to use more than 4. Yeah, first thing, for anybody watching this video later on, first thing you always do when you install a light kit, see if the lights turn on. See if they work. Don't even don't touch the body, don't do anything. Plug them in to the actual car and see if they turn on. You've been warned. I just got done kind of setting up the studio today. It's not completely set up. I don't know what I should use for a backdrop. Yeah, it's always good to start at the driver's side. I'll take that advice to the grave with me, man. For real. It's probably really smart. Everything's about the driver anyways, right? Ah, it's so cool. So I did an unboxing a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys saw it, of basically the TRX4, but it's the sport edition. So they went from 5 channels down to 2 channels. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just a simple thing to do. So my explanation of who it would basically be good for is somebody starting out and crawling. They don't have to spend a ton of money on the crawler. They can still have like a pretty decent truck, and you can fully upgrade it. So that was my argument that I had, saying like, oh, you could fully upgrade it. It's using the same diffs. You just got to go out buy servos. It's gonna probably end up costing you more money in the end, but that's okay, because if you're not into it, then you didn't lose any money. Well, you lost money, but you didn't lose very much money. So, I don't know. I like that truck. I think it's cool. And the locking diffs and stuff, I don't understand fully. I don't understand them enough to even justify why they're in the vehicle. Obviously they're in there for a reason. I don't want to say anything wrong, because I don't know anything about crawling. I do have to say, though, the one thing that I'm really disappointed in, and it might not be every vehicle, it might just be ours, a couple of them that we had, but every single TRX4, doesn't matter what it is, the steering servo has gone out or has stripped out and we're not even like really driving them hard. They're just, after a while they strip out, and I'm not sure why it's happening. And I know I drive ridiculous, but I don't know. I thought this, I don't know why isn't it a blue steering servo with metal in it? I don't get it. Like this one right here is stripped out. The steering servo is stripped out. It was just replaced and it's stripped out again. I don't know why. And that, you know, the Defender I unboxed? I unboxed the Defender when it first came out, and I'm not even joking. I took it out for 2 minutes, and I stripped out the steering servo. And I didn't even do anything. I didn't even crawl. I was just driving it on flat dirt. And I was taking a turn, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I must have like interference with my controller. It's not responding. And then I brought it back, and I was like, oh, it's stripped out. So, I don't know. That's my experience. Replace it. It's the first thing I'd replace. Steering servo. They make a great product, though. Traxxas makes, like, they make so many, oh man, they just make so many products. And they're all awesome. Like, I'm super excited to get the 4Tech in. We didn't have any like in stock. We had the brushed editions. We didn't have the brushless. That's the one I wanted. And they were like, "Oh, we don't have it. We can order it for you." And I was like, "Dang it, I need it now." I've rebuilt my 2075s multiple times from stripped gears. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Maybe HPI servo or something in here. I don't know. We could switch it up. I'll look online. I'll find something. I hope the view's okay. I just decided to go wide. So if you guys want to know, I'm into cameras and stuff like that. I'm more into cameras than I am into RC. Like 100%. I like cameras. I don't know. I just do. I don't like this camera angle though. I'm gonna fix that this week. So yeah, we're shooting with 2 Panasonic G7s. They're 4K. Now, a lot of people online say, like, oh, those cameras suck. They're not good for photos or video. And, like, hey, we're using them for a studio. They work fantastic. So, 4K is how I can do this. So, this is actually where the camera lens is at. Boom. Now I'm zoomed in. It's a higher quality than 1080p, even though I'm streaming in 1080p. But this allows me to jump into my shot, because they are 4K cameras, and they're affordable 4K cameras. And these ones came with lenses, which was pretty dope, even though I have just a ton of lenses. Okay, good to know. I'll do the same. I don't know much about like spec rate. I don't know much about like any type of 4Tech racing, like road racing or any of that stuff. But Are you supposed to like do something with your tires if you're gonna go on carpet? I'm not sure. I'm just getting into it. As soon as I get my model, I'm putting a battery in it and I'm going. I don't even have a body for it. I'm still trying to find a body for it. I'm open for suggestions, like I said earlier. So, are these LEDs supposed to be like waterproof? Because like when you get, oh, excuse me, when you get water and stuff up in here, aren't they gonna just touch the LED? All right. I think we're done with that kit. What kit was that? All right, rockers. Ooh, here we go. I'll just show you guys this one. 8026 is installed. Let's see what else. What else do I have? Okay. I just have the light bar. So this is 8025. This is what's going in next. All right, and it requires the power supply, which is this guy right here. Good to know. Okay. If you really look at this, let me see. They shorted us 4 LEDs on both sides. I don't appreciate that. I want to see LEDs across the entire thing. Not that it would ever matter. These things are probably super bright anyways. All right. I think I can screw the wheel wells back in, but I ain't gonna. I need to figure out where this light bar goes. Goes in the front, but where? Oh, easy peasy. Where does this light? I don't even know where the light bar goes. It goes on these 2 circles that are pre-drilled. And those, I believe, are the screws for it. They're water resistant. Okay, I was gonna say, like, they must have some type of filter, what do you call it? Stuff over them. Okay. Light bar. Okay, I already got a question. Where's the light bar get fed through the vehicle? Is there a hole? Is there like a side hole, or do I need to cut one? And like I said, I'm not really looking at the directions. I'm just looking at the side diagram. And then my other question. Oh, okay. I screwed up. Okay. I didn't screw up. These packs right here, look at 8025. This is your light bar, right? And it's just the light bar itself. But in order for this to work, you have to have 8028. So 8028 is your switch, basically. This is what's going to give you the power, right, to the light bar. But they do sell 20 or 8029. So 8029 is just both of those comboed into the pack. Does that make sense? So that makes more sense to me when I was reading this out. So really, it's you only need to buy 3 packs, or you can buy them all together, or you can buy 1, 2, 3, 4 packs. So yeah, you can buy 4, 3, or 1, basically. That makes more sense. Alright, I got stuff all over the place. This light bar is getting installed. I'm actually not going to install the light bar yet. I'm going to just get all this stuff put back. Because it's a mess. Alright. Time to start putting stuff back. Okay, so foams for carpet only. I didn't read that. Okay, so I'll have to get foams. Here's what I'll do. I'll do a live stream. I'll do a live stream of me unboxing my Fortec, and then I'm open for suggestions. Like, then give me them all in there. I won't remember them. I'll have to rewatch this video later. But no, I wanna have a cool car. Come on, man. There we go. So the track that we have is a carpet track. What do they call them? I know what it's called. It's like is it called like CGC carpet or something? I hope so. I hope it's something close to that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a carpet over that for off-road. I'm assuming these can go on anyone. Yes, they can. Run outside for racing, and then inside is where I drift on carpet, so you may need to have. Okay, good to know. It was really hard at a younger age to get into any type of street car because where I grew up, there was not a lot of like nice roads. And I was just like, well, what's the point? Like, you pretty much need to off-road out here. Ugh, putting fenders on is like difficult. What's a good set of drifting tires then? Like, are most tires compatible as long as you just get the same size like hex? Oh, I totally over tightened that, but it works. And the reason I ask is because I know HPI Racing has like really cool tires for drifting. And I was like, whoa, those look pretty dope. Maybe I'll put those on my Fortag. We'll do. I'm gonna drift on carpet or outside for fun. Probably on asphalt. Nothing like competitive, just for fun. The car is just gonna be right out of box. For my first one. Then when I learn a little bit more about the vehicle, then I'll start making adjustments. But right out of the box, basically stock. It's the brushless system though, and I'll be running 3S. So nothing like crazy, but just something simple. Oh, okay. So they are different. For sure carpet because I'll be at the shop probably a lot with those guys. I only go in the shop on like Mondays and Tuesdays. All right. I'll probably get like the green ones. We got those on our site too. Oh, this is just a mess. What did I do? think I installed one of these lights wrong. But I think none. Okay, unthreaded. See, this is what I like about the RC community, is that people share information. It's nice. I found for a while I was getting into drones. Mainly for photography and stuff, but then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool that they're doing all these racing, and obviously they had ESPN and a couple other sponsorships, and I was like, I can't believe how fast this is blowing up. Like, this is really exciting. But one thing I think it did is it hurt them a lot, is that nobody like shares. Nobody like shares their setups or like helps each other out really, because they want to be the best. They want to like, I don't know, they really don't share any information. It's a kind of like an odd thing. Like, you go on forums and people would tell you some things, but most of the time they're like, oh, just figure it out. Like, trying to keep that competitive edge. This kit was really easy to install. It's just time consuming. So, I don't know who else is here. It says there's 4 people watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying up. It's, I don't know how this wire got up here. Stretch it out without breaking it. There we go. This lighting kit, it's pretty dope. Now, I know this is a basic, simple light kit. For my Vortec, I'll probably just make one out of any like wires and LEDs. I'll make my own custom one. I used to make custom cooling systems, liquid cooling systems for PCs. So I like making my own stuff. It's nice that they have kits and things, but sometimes I like to make my own stuff. Oh, nice. Got an event tomorrow. Good luck, man. I've never... So the closest crawler event that there is towards me is like an hour and a half away. So just... That's why I never got into it. It's like an inside place. Cool. Maybe someday we can dual stream or something. I know how to put like 2 people to stream on this thing. Not too many people know how to do that. I do. Working on RCs, man. I don't know if any of you guys are fans, but I started watching. This can't be the right fender. No, that's got to be a back fender. I started watching. I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. I think his name is Aaron from RC Sparks. He's got like the coolest stuff, man. He's great channel. Oh, gotcha. Did you I'm assuming, Brett, that you entered the E-Revo giveaway, right? Sorry you guys can't see anything. I'm off camera. There we go. So when you go to a crawler event, right? How many people, what would you say, like, percent-wise, how many people, like, show up there with, like, a TRX4 with a couple, like, maybe customizations, compared to, like, how many people show up with just a straight up full custom, built this from out of nothing? What do you think, like, the percentage of that is? Come on. Fit. Oh, shoot. I got this centerpiece here I should probably put in. I don't know what way this goes. It has to go this way, maybe. Looks like there's some paint scratches. Oh, cool. 50-50. Oh, nice, man. That's cool. An MT410 right now? That's pretty dope. Mexico. Awesome, man. Welcome. Yeah, I got my headphones on. I mean, like I said, I would, let me see. I mean, that's my desktop audio. So, that's what I'm listening to. Oh, being disabled limits. No, man. You can do anything you want. Anything you want. It's just, it's figuring out a solution to everything. At least I'm glad you can get out. So, obviously I don't know what your disability is or your situation is, but the other day I was thinking to myself, because I was watching like a Twitch streamer or something, and they were talking about the new Microsoft controller, because this dude only had one hand, right? And I started thinking to myself, like, do you know how simple it would be to make a one-handed controller where you could steer and do your throttle? Like, it would be so simple. Like, why has no one made that? Like, you could essentially drive 2 cars, like, yeah, like, yeah, I get that. I understand that. Like, yeah, you get to an event and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's 25-minute walk up here or whatever. Oh, back issues, man. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry to hear about that, man. I can't relate or anything, but it must be difficult, you know? But shoot, I'm glad you can I'm glad you can be in the hobby. Like, that's awesome. But like I was saying, I was watching this like, I don't know if it was a mini YouTube documentary or a Twitch thing or whatever, but I started thinking to myself, like, what if there's people out there who have like one arm or one hand or something? And I was kind of like thinking about how could they get into like the hobby of RC? Like, the controllers are like perfect, right? But they're perfect for one hand. Like a one hand, like somebody who only had the ability to use one hand. Like a Traxxas controller is perfect, right? So you have your throttle here. So, I mean, let me see. Let me readjust here. Okay, so you got your controller, right? You got your hand like this. Like, how easy would it be to engineer your steering, right? Your trim. And like, obviously you'd have to re-engineer the top of the controller, but how easy would it be to put some type of slider where you can turn left and right? And I'm not talking about a switch. I'm talking about a pressure-sensitive slider, kind of like how they have on the Steam Valve controller, if you guys have ever seen that. How easy would it be to to make a controller where there's like this sliding pad that would control your steering and how much you're steering based on how far you slide. And then you have full control of your throttle. You have another switch right here. Right here in your hands, you could even put another switch with like your pinky and stuff. You can like legit drive an entire vehicle with one hand. The only thing that makes this a two-handed controller is putting a wheel on the side. But if you redesign this, you could definitely get somebody who has maybe a disability that they can only use one hand to like race. So I don't know why I thought about that the other day. I was just thinking about it. And it was more so of like thinking of how to get people into a hobby who might have like a disability, who can't do much, but they could still go out and they could bash and they could crawl and they could do everything just like everybody else. And they could pick up a hobby, maybe get their mind off of things, and make it their hobby. Like, how simple would that be? So, who knows? In the future, maybe that's what I'll do, is design a controller like that. I don't know. I'm always thinking of ideas, like how to help out just people. Any type of people. And I mean, that's why apps are like, you know, phone apps. The most popular like phone apps were there to solve a problem. Like people couldn't find why does Uber work? Uber doesn't work because Uber doesn't work because of like the taxis have been around forever. Uber doesn't work because like people were looking for taxis. Uber works because they solved a problem. It was getting a taxi to you as quickly as possible, and it was with a click of a button on your phone. And that's why Uber was putting taxi companies basically out of business, is because they solved a problem. That's the same thing with like, how many of you guys get yellow pages, like books? Like, we have phones that now, we have an app that has all that stuff. It solved a problem. We no longer have to print those books. We can pull them up digitally. Like, everything is made to solve a problem. If it doesn't solve a problem, then it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say or make this sound weird, but in my opinion, it's kind of like worthless tech. I totally put this on wrong. This better be a front fender. I don't know. I'm always just thinking of cool things like that, how to get people involved in more things, no matter who they are, no matter what disabilities they have, or because we all have our own handicaps, you know. Okay, that's the front one. This is the back one. But yeah, I thought about that the other day. Yeah, exactly, man. You can hold a beer in the other hand, although I do have to say right now, because I am on the Dollar Hobbies YouTube streaming channel, that I do not recommend that personally. You should never drink in RC or drive any type of vehicle motorized. But yeah, you could essentially use one hand to drive, right? Drive and steer, and you could drive another car at the exact same like time. Car or truck. You could drive that at the exact same time, so you could drive two vehicles. The other thing that you could do is you could actually use a telemetry app with your phone. You know, like how Traxxas offers the telemetry app in a Bluetooth module. Well, I haven't found a good way to, you know, hook up your phone to your controller. Yeah, I know they sell like accessory or something. You can buy third-party like things that like clip on it, but could you imagine just like controlling your car like this with one hand, and then basically just getting readouts on the other hand? Like, you could just sit here and you could just be driving like this, and you could totally just get readouts and stuff and control your vehicle. I don't know. I just thought it'd be something cool. And my music stopped too for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just think it would be cool. A one-handed controller. It'd be very simple to do. We have the technology. It's inexpensive. What's a Steam controller cost? $15? I bet you I could maybe make a program for it. I could make a program and move one of their controller sensors over to a controller. It would just be about designing the body of the controller, obviously. I think what I would have to use is like a piece of wood just to kind of get a base going down. Can you control though, like yeah, I understand there's digital radios out there. Can you get like a Spectrum radio system though that you can control with one hand? I don't know. So, one-handed racing. That's what I want. I want to see that in my lifetime. Or build it myself. I could probably program something like that. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm listening to Apple Music. I don't know what to listen to. What music should I listen to? Which genre? No. So I thought about that too, right? Like if you have an extension on the wheel, like I understand. I saw that. I saw that video where they have like this right here. Let me see if I can zoom in. He puts like the little thing on here and he's like, you can hit it with your thumb. It's not natural feeling. The reason anything is successful, like a gaming controller, is because the ergonomics of the controller, how you hold it in your hand. There's so much that goes in, like there's so much that went into the Xbox controller and the PS3, 4, 2, 1 controller. It's because of the ergonomics of your hand layout. Now, anytime you have to like readjust your hand where it's uncomfortable, you're not going to use it like that. You need to find a happy median where someone's hand... This is why I like Traxxas controllers, because they feel ergonomically good in your hand. They don't feel weird. They lay out, they're nice and smooth. They lift the front edge. The front is lifted for your fingers on the front. It's a perfect controller layout. Now, I understand people like have complaints like, oh, they don't have a digital back and stuff. That they can do all that stuff. That has nothing to do with the ergonomical feeling of your controller, because the base and your throttle is what feels good in your hand. As long as you can make the item feel good in your hand, you can stack whatever you want on top, because people aren't going to be touching the top. They're going to be controlling like this. So if you can make a controller with a Traxxas handle that feels really good like this and has switches on it, and like I was saying, you can somehow fix this portion in the back where you can make it one-handed steering where it's uncomfortable, or where it is comfortable, then that's where you would have like a really good thing, like for a one-handed controller. that would be amazing. And I mean, that's everything comes down to a good ergonomical feeling. You want to make it feel natural so people don't have to learn or take a second thought of it. So that's the big thing. Then everything else can come after that. Always ergonomical feel first. I mean, this is why we have so many problems with phones. Everybody's trying to reinvent the phone. All phones do the exact same thing. They make phone calls, you can text, you can save things. They're a miniature computer. That's all a phone is. Now, the first company that can make a phone that feels very good in the hands will probably be the company that sells most of them, because people can hold on to them. They feel really natural in your hands. An iPad doesn't feel very natural. It doesn't feel natural to type on. It doesn't feel natural in the hands. I know that they sell a ton of them. I'm not saying that it's a bad device or anything, but I'm saying it does not feel natural to hold in your hands, which creates disconnect from you and your user. I don't know. Some people, like, they say like Traxxas controller is not that good. Like, I've tried a bunch of controllers, and so far I like their controller the best. I don't need all the other stuff. I don't need a digital. This is just me personally. I don't need a digital readout, but I'm not a serious competitor. Why can't I get this screw in? Is that hole not lined up? Can't be right. What is happening? Where's the hole? It's right there. I swear the threads are dirty. Come on. Oh, I just put a big nick in my desk. That stinks. I love this desk, by the way. It's one of my favorite things in the world. And I know that sounds really silly, but it actually is. And the reason I like this desk is because it's a sit and stand desk. It makes it very easy to shoot videos because I don't have to constantly readjust the tripod. And if I do, I can also adjust the desk. Plus, I do like to stand. But I'm sitting tonight. Alright, got one more screw. Man, this is taking a long time. I mean, I could probably just take a power tool to this. I'd get done in like 5 minutes, but I don't know. It's fine. Not a problem. Alright. I got one more fender to just screw on here. Then the top light kit to install in the truck, which shouldn't take very long. Hook it up, power it on. See what it looks like. I'll speed this up. Oh, now I can't see myself. Son of a gun. There we go. Alright, one more. And then we'll get on to the rest of this truck. Alright. What am I missing? You know what the worst feeling is? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, when you put something together and you look back at your desk and you're like, why is there an extra screw sitting here? Or why are there 2 extra screws? Why aren't these back in? Where do they go? But I found it. There we go. Cool. All right. Everything's back on. Defender's looking dope again. There we go. Boom. All right. Now we're going to... It tells you to zip tie this stuff first, but I ain't doing that. Okay. I got questions for YouTube. There's 5 viewers here. Light bar, right? It's supposed to go on right here. Shoot. Oh, there is an on and off switch. Okay. It's ugly looking. It's supposed to go on right here, right? Where do I put the wires through? Is there like a cutout, or do I make my own cutout? Does anyone know this? I must have to drill a hole. I'm gonna wait for YouTube to respond for this one. I'll screw it in, but... Where am I supposed to put the stuff? Yep. Do I need to drill a hole? Honestly, personally, I'm not digging the light bar, man. I think it's ugly looking. think they could have done a little better. Where'd that pack of screws go? You have to make your own hole. Ugh. I'm just joking, man. I'm not that upset. That's fine. I'll be honest though, I'm really not digging the light bar. I think it's ugly looking. What I mean by ugly looking is it's ugly. I don't know what else to say. It doesn't look cool. It just doesn't. I'll make it super small. I got a small drill bit I can use. But it's just ugly. I understand it's simple. They made it simple. It's fine. It's ugly, though. Does this bit not fit? What the heck? No, I need a bigger one. I feel like it doesn't fit the vehicle. Like, I feel like it's something they just like, oh, here's a light bar. Let's just make it work. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just something about it, man. The other side, too. Right here needs to get tightened. These are super loose. This one feels like it's stripped. And I think it is. I'm not even going to touch it. Okay, light bar. Light bar is installed. It's ugly looking. I don't know. There's just something about it. It doesn't look right. Do you think that looks cool? It looks blocky and square. I don't like it. Whatever. It is what it is. I mean, if it's a replica off of something, then I can't really say anything because that's what they're doing. So in order to get the smallest screw hole in this actual top, it would be to actually clip these wires and then redo them because this is big and it needs to go through. And here, I'll show you. So this little piece right here is big, so that's as big as the bit's gonna have to be, the hole. And I can fit this in there, which is fine. But if I really wanted to, what I guess I could do is I could clip and reconnect these. Or maybe pull the pins out and rewire them. But, you know what? I'm just going to get the drill out. Yeah, I know it's more functionality than anything. But it's ugly looking. It doesn't match the vehicle. I don't know. At least, in my opinion, it doesn't match the vehicle. It looks cool on the front, but the back doesn't look too exciting. I'm just complaining, though. Okay. I gotta go get a drill bit. drill. All right. Check that out. It's got its own LED on it. All right. Let me figure out what size to use. I swear this hole has to be giant. How am I supposed to fit this in there? Can I hide it? I think I can hide it. All right. I'm sticking with this one. It's a moment of truth. You guys are going to want to see this close up. It's going right here. I'm going to pull this body out a little. I don't think it's going to fit. I think it needs to be bigger. Needs to be bigger. I don't want to pull the pins. Look like they're really hard. Like I've been trying to like kind of wiggle them out. And I don't have like the tool to do it. I know that there's a tool. I used to have one. And you could unpin things. It's just the little plastic clips. Don't you just lift up the backs again? Whatever. I'm just going bigger. We're just trying to get it done. And the bit fell out. Which is fine. I don't have my knife here either. Nope. Boom, baby. Getting her done. And I'm going to go underneath. You guys are probably just like, You spent all this time putting this light kit in. Now you're destroying the body by drilling. Come on. Come on. There we go. Boom. Alright, alright, alright. Come on. I don't know why it's not going in there. I just need one little side. Come on, fit. Yeah, I should have pulled the pins. But I'm gonna get it to work. It's in. Ooh, all right, here we go. Light bar's in. Can't even notice it. I tucked it underneath the black. That's where I drilled the hole. That's why I kept pulling it forward. You could barely notice it. Boom, there's the underside. Alright. Alright, guys. So now, where'd I put this kit? Where did I put that kit? Did I throw it on the ground? Oh, yeah, it fell on the ground. Alright, we just have to put the power stuff in. And zip ties. Alright. So we just got done installing 8025. That is the light bar that goes on top. And then now what we're going to install is 8028. All right. And this is going into the body. But we'll put that aside. We'll take the one that we already have open out. Boom, there it is. We gotta zip tie stuff down too, but we'll get to that. Let me see how this goes. Set this aside. Jump out here. Now, I'm not even looking at anything. Assuming it goes right here. It just makes sense. Why wouldn't it? Traxxas knew that they were making a light kit. All right, here we go. They give you the 2 screws. It's these 2 long ones. I'll show these. Traxxas gives you those 2 screws inside. You can like pretty much finger tighten these things. There we go. No. So you don't use tape. There's hooks that are in the side of the body, and they give you zip ties so that you can zip tie them to the side of the body. I'll show you that. But there are, so like on the sides of the side mirrors, right? So the side mirrors are obviously hooked onto the vehicle, but if you look inside the vehicle, there's actually loops where you can put wires in. So they thought about that when they first made this. So when Traxxas makes a new vehicle, they already know that they're putting a light kit in it. They're not gonna do it afterward. They know that they're gonna put a light kit in it, so they build it for the light kit. Oh, yeah. I totally understand that. Yeah, I'll tape them so they don't rub and let the body cut them. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry about it not being off center. It's the problem is the first is this camera. So see this stupid angle right here? It's because one of the HDMI wires wasn't working, and so I'm waiting for a new one to come in. All right, so I have all of these. So what's this wire for? So these are male wires. But where's the female wire? Now I just gotta figure out where all these wires go. I have this wire. And I'm assuming this goes to the receiver, right? Let me just see. Yeah, so that goes to the receiver. Yeah, I know, right? All right. Sorry, I'm in the camera shot, and I'm not talking much. I'm just trying to get this in. I hate wire management. It's just a mess. Whew. All right. gonna fit this in there. There we go. Got it. First try. Alright. What channel do I go into if you guys are still watching? I guess I could reference this. Channel. What channels are open? Must be channel 1. Yeah, channel 1 maybe. So we're going channel 1. Boom. Get in it. Get in it. No, one is steering, 2 is throttle. Well, one's the only thing that's open, and then the other 2 is VT and RPM. That's the only other 2 that are open. And throttle couldn't be one because it doesn't have anything hooked into it, right? And my car already goes forward and backwards. Right? It's gotta go into... Let me see. Let's look it up. Let's look it up on the old YouTubes. It's channel 1, man. No, it's channel 1. That's what you're supposed to install it into. I did channel 1. I'm going with the for sure thing. feel like this should take like maybe an hour to do. We've been doing it for a couple hours. All right. Sick. I don't know. It just says install the. It says install the one. I guess my other question is, where am I supposed to install these lights? $21, dang. Okay. Let me see here. So it says that I'm supposed to. I don't understand this part. So I can connect 3 wires, right? I got the 3 wires right here, and they're connected to this blue wire harness. Now this blue wire harness comes in, connects to this, right? All right. So, but what do I do with this one? I have an extra wire right here. And then how do I also connect this one that's in here? Yeah, that's a better view. Then I have 2 plugs right here, though. Where did these plug into? Because this is unless those plug into this, that would make sense, I guess. I just don't think that makes sense, though. Two, and 1. I don't know. Turn it on and find out. I hope there's some batteries in this transmitter. Ho ho ho! Boys, we got light. Ho 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 ho! Look at this! Sick! This thing's dope looking. I gotta zip tie all this. But we got lights. And they all work. We got the front lights. We got the top light. That's on a switch. Oh, that's high beam and low beam. Okay, cool. Sick. And then we got tail lights that work. Yes. Are they supposed to have like reverse lights in the back? Oh, no. I guess just the little red dots. Sick. This thing's awesome. And then just disconnect. We just unplug. Does it have turn signals? I thought it did, but it doesn't? I don't know. No, it doesn't. It looks like there's only one LED. They do not have turn signals, no. It would be cool if it had turn signals, right? I think you need a second channel, though, for that, I think. Because, well, you would have to, like, splice the channel. So, if you wanted turn signals, right, first you'd have to have an LED, you know, and a module to do it. But what you'd have to do is you'd have to have another channel, I'm assuming. Well, no, you wouldn't use another channel. You would splice your steering channel. And it would have to be smart enough to know left and right. Yep. Yep, that's right. sweet. That's awesome, man. There has to be a better way to do wire management. There has to be. Alright, put some of these bits away. It's a good idea, man. I'm definitely gonna do something like that, I think. Whew. Okay, I think I got the wires good enough. So you can technically hook up, you can hook up 5 like lights. Well, you can hook up more than 5, but you can hook up like, you have a bunch of channels that are open. You got 4 channels or 4 things. You can do a lot with this. It's pretty dope. Looking for anything that falls. That's cool. Okay, so I did notice that there's one little thing that I didn't do, and it's the battery. See if we can get in there. There we go. Okay, so it says you're supposed to put the wires under the battery. without pinching them. There we go. Cool. This is my 3-cell, by the way. All right, one more zip tie. Ooh, message retracted. What's like a good system to like... I gotta find like a better system. Like I got all this wire just hanging. I just don't want it to like hit any electronics. This might work. I'm just joking, man. It just beeps at me when something gets retracted. There it is. Let's clear up some of this. Let's get a front view here. Oh, my desk is just dirty. Let's clean up some of this crap. Let's see if I can get a better view there. Oh, I gotta go adjust my camera. Son of a gun. There we go, guys. We're done. Look at that light kit. Doesn't that look dope? These are the highs. There's the low. Ho ho ho. Look at those headlights. That looks sick. Boom. Like the highs on. Just leave the highs on forever. Just bust that switch. Underneath. Tires are lit. Whew. This thing's sick. Back tail lights. I don't even think I got the body locked all the way yet. There we go. There's the back lights. Looks pretty dope. Whew. Thanks, guys. My first lighting kit ever. I'm glad I could stream it live. The left car sucks. I would drive it, but you know. The problem is that you got that steering servo that's stripped out. That'll need to get fixed next. I ain't doing it. No, I'll probably do it actually. I just gotta get one from the shop. Maybe I'll get one this week. Dope. Yeah, this looks sick. I bet you I could probably install another light bar on the back. Oh, this thing looks awesome. Let's see, that's what it looks like from above. It's kind of dope. So light bar here. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, I gotta be up in a couple hours to work. Anyways, thanks guys for joining us. Brett, thank you for everything. Appreciate it. Hopefully this week I will get my Fortec and I'll open up I'll do another live stream and I'll probably put a light kit in there, but I'll do an unboxing live and everything because that's my own personal one. Again, guys, before I close out here, let me just figure this out. So 80/27, that's your front and rear lights. Then you have, what else was it called? You got your rock lights. That is 80/26. You also have the LED front bar. That is 80/25. And then to make everything work, or even if you get one of these, you have to buy 80/28. And 80/28 is how you can connect all your electronics to the actual vehicle. So yeah, or you guys can get the kit that I just had, which has every single thing in there, and that is 80/30. Now if you just want to get the light bar and the electronics and you don't care about the headlights or the rock lights, you can get 80/29. 80/29 is just the headlight and the electronics, but I think for the price, 80/30 is the cheapest option that you can do, and you get everything. And again, this is just for the Defender, so they don't really have anything else for the tactical unit because it doesn't have all the bells and whistles on there. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here because I got to wake up and I got to go to work. But thanks everybody for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. Yeah, this is awesome. But yeah, for sure, Brett, I'm going to stream that Fortec, the unboxing. I think I'm going to get a clear body for it, and then I'll do a paint job I'll do the whole thing basically, and any upgrades I ever make to it, I'll just do it all live. Maybe I'll make a little mini series or something on it. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining. I think we're pretty much done for the rest of the night. It's been a fun 3 hours, which has taken obviously way too long, but the next one I'll be faster. But I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for joining. If you guys need anything, parts, RC parts, dollarhobbies.com. We're going to be carrying a lot more stuff very soon, and we're trying to keep our stock on our store up to date as well. I know it seems to be low right now, but we're working on it. I'm working on emails. There'll be some deals coming out this week. So tired. But if you guys need any discounts or anything like that, subscribe to our email newsletter. We send it out a couple times a week, and there's always like a discount code or just letting you guys know about the new product that's in stock. And also for the locals, we'll start updating you on track information as well as store information, and we will obviously announce when our store is actually going to be open. So anyways, I got 30 seconds and I'm ending this live stream. Again, thank you guys for joining us. Those who stayed. Brett, thank you for all your information. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.